So I thought today would be a good day for a compassion practice. Compassion is one of those like nuts and bolts, bread and butter kind of positivity practices, and it can be kind of tricky. So here's the quote to sort of set the stage. The wound is the place where the light enters you. So that's Rumi, Sufi poet from, I don't know, a couple thousand years ago, thereabouts. And I think it's a beautiful sort of poetic description of what compassion ultimately is, which is there's sort of two elements to it. One is empathy, so being able to actually relate to what the other person, or also self-empathy, what our self person is going through. And then there's an extra layer which says, and you know what? You can handle it. You got this. So compassion is different than empathy in that there's an empowering component to it. So it's not just feeling with, it's feeling with and then layering in some sense of empowerment on top of that. So either helping the other person feel empowered or helping ourselves remember that, oh, I don't have to be a victim in this case and just feel bad or whatever it is. I can actually I can make sense of the experience and remember that there's choice in how I respond to it. So easier said than done, but I think always a good place to spend some time. So let's do that for a few minutes. So start by closing your eyes. And as you close your eyes, notice where attention goes. Sight or vision, for most of us, is a predominant sense. So much of our experience moment by moment is heavily influenced by what we see. And so there's something about removing sight that allows us to drop inwards. So see if you can experience that. What does the inside of the body feel like right now? In my case, I've had way too much coffee and I can feel it now. I wasn't about 10 minutes ago because I was busy doing stuff. And now that I'm slowing down and bringing my attention inward, I'm like, wow, there's a lot going on in there. And there's no right or wrong. There's no should or shouldn't. There just is what is. And so the goal here is just to bring attention inward and just take stock of, oh, this is what's happening right now on the inside, in the body. And there's some real nuts and bolts wisdom to the skill of turning attention inward and just noticing what is, because it's actually a way to contact reality. This is my subjective reality right now. This is how it is for me. This is how it is for you. And once we're aware of that, we can choose. Do I engage in it? Do I ignore it? Do I take a step back and think about it and process it? Like whatever it is, it gives us a sense of agency to be able to figure out what to do with what's there. And let's flex our compassion muscles for a moment here. So think of a time where someone did something that you're kind of incredulous about. You're sitting there scratching your head going, can't believe they did that they said that. What plenty of opportunity these days in terms of the news cycle to be scratching your head. You can also make it more personal and just think of an interaction that you had with someone recently. You're just like, I don't get it. Why on earth would they do or say or behave that way? And so the first step is just to acknowledge how whatever they're doing is affecting you. And you can't manage what you can't measure. So the first step is really just being able to measure, get in touch with, oh man, this is really upsetting, or this is really confusing, or fill in the blank, whatever it is for you. And then the next step is to set the intention to say, okay, my goal here is to practice compassion. So that needs to be on the table before you begin any of this. And then start with empathy. See if you can relate to what's going on for them. Wow, they feel really upset. Their voice is really loud, using some pretty intense language. I'm guessing they're feeling what? Distressed, angry, sad. So see if you can just guess at what might be going on for this person. And just because you're relating to it or figuring out what might be going on for them does not mean that you're condoning it, agreeing with it. It's really just stepping outside of self, just trying to imagine what it must be like for them. Yeah, they're really upset, really angry. I don't necessarily understand exactly why, but that doesn't really matter. I get that that's what's going on for them. And then oftentimes a doorway into the compassion layer is to remember times when we felt upset and angry, confused, hurt, whatever it might be. And be like, oh, that's what they're going through right now. I know what that's like. Even though I don't agree necessarily for the reasons or can't understand exactly what's getting triggered, that's not the point. The point is that I can relate to the distress, the anguish that comes with feeling upset in that way. I can wish them well. I can wish them self-connection. I can offer them my attempts at understanding and connection. But I trust they'll figure it out. They'll know how to deal with it. It's not mine. So compassion is empathy plus the layer of empowerment that gets injected into the equation. So it's feeling with, making sense of what's being activated, plus wish you well. I know you can figure this out. And then there's also the self-compassion layer, which is, wow, this is really upsetting to me. And it's the same thing. Can we empathize with self? And can we offer compassion to self as well? Like, of course, this would be upsetting given my history, given my relationship with this person. It's completely understandable that this would be activating. And then trusting that we can figure it out and we can be with it. Of course, all of this is easier said than done. It just takes repetition and practice to keep trying it on. And coming back full circle to the quote that I opened up with, just remembering that these cracks, this is where the light gets in. Right? If everything was just like, the growth usually happens because there's something challenging. It's pushing us, it's nudging us into something uncomfortable. And I think if we can remember the compassion piece, in my experience, that's usually a winner. Compassion usually has a significant role to play in any kind of growth situation. Take a deep breath in, out, relaxing the shoulders, the neck, the throat, chest. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and in, out. Relaxing the chest, the belly, the hands. And hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open your eyes, come on back. Stay cool, everyone. Hope that was a helpful reminder and hope to see you tomorrow. Be well.
So